Welcome to Earthy Remedy, your practical guide to natural remedies and real food for everyday wellness. If you've been looking for one gentle, kitchen-friendly way to wind down at night and a cautious, short-contact trick to add a little surface shine to your hair, today's episode is for you. We're talking pumpkin seed, pepitas, culinary pumpkin seed oil, and how one small single-serve night spoon can become a gentle evening cue. Stay with me until the end. I'll walk you through an exact step-by-step warm pumpkin night spoon recipe and a conservative short-contact pepita scalp rinse, plus a 7-day microtrial you can try tonight.
First, quick orientation. Botanically, when I say pumpkin seed, I mean seeds from Cucurbita pepo, the shelled roasted pepitas you find in the pantry. For our purposes, there are 3 useful culinary forms: whole hulled roasted seeds, freshly ground seed meal, and culinary cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil. Flavor-wise, think mild, nutty, slightly savory. It blends really nicely into warm milk or a chamomile infusion and doesn't overpower. Important note, this episode stays strictly food first. I'm not recommending concentrated supplements or therapeutic doses. We'll keep single-serve kitchen measurements so you can test safely.
Now, what can a humble pumpkin seed actually do? Let's talk benefits in 3 clear buckets, and I'll be cautious with language. May support, many people notice, that kind of phrasing. Benefit 1. Evening sensory cue and mild nutrient support. A small, oily spoon in the evening is more than nutrition. The taste and mouthfeel are a sensory signal your nervous system can learn to associate with winding down. Nutrient-wise, pumpkin seeds contain small amounts of magnesium and healthy fats that many people find grounding before bed. Benefit 2 is about hair. When used as a very light, short-contact surface rinse or splash, a diluted pumpkin seed infusion or a highly diluted culinary oil can add brief surface softness and a bit of shine. I want to be explicit here. This is a surface, short-contact effect, not a long-term treatment. It's cosmetic and temporary, and we'll patch test and dilute it carefully. Benefit 3 is ritual. Aroma, mouthfeel, and the act of preparing a tiny, warm spoonful before bed can be calming. For many listeners, that ritual rhythm, heating, whisking, sipping slowly, supports sleep readiness in a way that's practical and accessible. Again, may support relaxation, not a cure, just a gentle, food-first evening ritual.
Practical ways to fold pumpkin seed into your evenings before we get to the full recipes. Stir 1 teaspoon of freshly ground pumpkin seed into warm porridge or yogurt. Sprinkle a teaspoon of toasted pepitas on an evening yogurt. Or, for hair, think of a short splash of a light dilution, once weekly to start. I'll repeat the full, explicit recipes and measures in just a bit, so if you want to try it tonight, stay tuned. Before any near-face or scalp use, we do a patch test. I'm going to simulate an on-air patch test script so you know exactly what to do at home. This is essential. If you have a known seed or nut allergy, severe eczema, or are pregnant and considering concentrated supplements, check with a clinician before topical or frequent use. For everyone else, here's the 24-hour forearm patch. Take a clean cotton ball or a small piece of gauze. Wet it with the diluted infusion or diluted oil you plan to use for the scalp rinse. Apply it to a small area on the inside of your forearm about the size of a coin. Cover with a small bandage and leave for 24 hours. If within 24 hours you notice redness, itching, swelling, blistering, spreading rash, or any breathing changes, remove it immediately and seek medical advice. If the area is calm after 24 hours, that's a pass for short contact use. Do not skip this.
All right, you waited. Now the first recipe, the single spoon pumpkin night cup, also called the warm pumpkin night spoon. This is the recipe you stayed for. Name, single spoon pumpkin night cup. Ingredients, 1 teaspoon freshly ground roasted pumpkin seeds, about 4 to 5 grams, or alternatively 1 teaspoon culinary cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil, 1/2 cup 120 milliliters warm milk or a warm chamomile infusion, optional 1/2 teaspoon honey for adults only. Equipment, small saucepan or kettle, a mug, and a small whisk or spoon. Ready? Let's go step by step.
Step 1. If you're using whole seeds, pulse them briefly in a spice grinder until they're a fine meal. We want about 1 teaspoon, roughly 4 to 5 grams. If you're using oil, measure precisely 1 teaspoon. Step 2. Warm 1/2 cup, 120 milliliters, milk or chamomile infusion until steaming but not boiling. Small bubbles at the edge. Step 3. Place the ground seed into your mug, pour the warm liquid over it, and whisk briskly until smooth. If you used oil, add the single teaspoon of oil and whisk until it disperses into the warm liquid. Step 4. Cover and let it steep 2 to 3 minutes so the flavors meld and the texture softens. Step 5. Cool to a warm, comfortable sipping temperature and take the spoon or sip 20 to 40 minutes before bed. Try this 3 to 5 nights during your 7-day microtrial and note evening calm and sleep latency.
Frequency. Start with 3 to 5 nights across the 7-day microtrial. Keep measures single serve. Don't increase oil amounts. If you notice any GI upset from the oil or seeds, stop oral use and consult your clinician. If everything feels fine, you can make it part of your evening ritual, but keep it modest. Small culinary amounts are the point. Now the second demo, and this one requires the patch test you practiced. Short Contact Pepita Scalp Rinse. Name: Short Contact Pepita Scalp Rinse. Option A, infusion method. 1 tablespoon, about 8 to 9 grams, ground roasted pumpkin seeds steeped in 1 cup, 240 milliliters, hot water for 8 to 10 minutes, then fully cooled and strained. Option B, oil method. 1 teaspoon culinary pumpkin seed oil blended into 2 tablespoons of cooled infusion for a very light oil and water mix. For first near scalp use, dilute 1 part strained infusion to 3 parts filtered water. That's a 1 to 3 dilution. Equipment: heat-safe jar, fine strainer, small spray bottle, or bowl. Step by step for the scalp rinse. Step 1. Prepare your infusion and cool it completely. Step 2. Strain through a fine sieve or cheesecloth into a clean jar. Step 3. Dilute 1 part strained infusion to 3 parts filtered water for first use. If using the oil option, blend 1 teaspoon oil into 2 tablespoons of infusion and then dilute as above. Step 4. Confirm your 24-hour patch pass. Step 5. With clean towel-dried hair, mist lightly from about 20 to 30 centimeters away, or pour a small amount over the top of your scalp, focusing on the surface hair and avoiding the face and eyes. Keep contact short, 30 to 60 seconds, then pat dry gently. Do not leave heavy oil on the scalp. Start once per week and reduce frequency if you notice any irritation. Storage. Refrigerate strained infusion and discard after 24 to 48 hours. If it becomes cloudy, fizzy, or off-smelling, discard immediately. How often and the 7-day micro-trial template. Pick one ritual to test, the night spoon or the scalp rinse. Keep a simple nightly log for 7 days with these fields: evening calm, 0 to 10, sleep latency in minutes, digestive ease, 0 to 10, scalp shine softness, 0 to 10 if testing rinse, and any irritation notes. Start the night spoon 3 to 5 nights across the week, or do the scalp rinse once in the week after a past patch test. Conservative stop rules. Stop immediately for redness, itching, swelling, blistering, breathing changes, or new GI upset. If you have any concerns, consult a clinician or pharmacist. A few quick tips in troubleshooting. Source whole roasted seeds or trustworthy cold-pressed culinary oil from a reputable supplier. Avoid industrial or unlabeled oils. If you're sensitive, try cooled chamomile instead of milk, or use a tiny olive oil dilution for very reactive scalps. Always use a clean jar and strainer. Use single-serve math and refrigerate leftovers no more than 24-48 hours. If the infusion smells off or becomes cloudy, toss it. And remember, if you have severe eczema, a known seed allergy, or you're pregnant and considering concentrated supplements, check with your clinician before trying topical or regular use. Quick recap. Today you heard what pumpkin seed is and which culinary forms to use. 3 practical benefits: evening sensory cue, brief hair surface softness when used as a short contact rinse, and the calming ritual. And you got 2 clear step-by-step single-serve demos: the warm pumpkin night spoon and the short contact Pepita scalp rinse, plus a conservative 7-day micro trial to test tonight. If you try either one, start with the 24-hour patch for topical use and follow the storage rules I div.
If this felt useful, try the single spoon pumpkin night cup tonight, or complete the 24-hour patch test and then try the short contact Pepita scalp rinse after 24 hours. When you do, tag @Earthy Remedy on social and share a one-sentence log, which ritual you tried and one small result you noticed. Share safely, no medical claims, just your simple observation. I love seeing small experiments that actually fit into people's evenings.
Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember to listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference. Until next time, this is Earthy Remedy, one small, safe step toward calmer evenings and kinder hair days.